Hello, and welcome to CCCLXVI, a podcast where we talk about 366 movies that we watch in a single year, every week. The last 7 movies that we watched. So I'm Ethan.
I'm Benji.
And let's do this. Okay, so the first movie we watched, is that how we're going to do this? Just go first movie we watched?
Yeah, first movie, second movie.
Okay, so this is the first time doing it. First movie we watched was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And what were your thoughts on it, Benji?
Well, I really liked it. I thought it was I really like comedy movies. And I always thought he was so cool. And I still do. I think that Ferris Bueller, he's just awesome.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is one of those movies that I've seen quite a couple times. I haven't seen it very recently, but the first time I watched it a lot. And it's a really good movie. I mean, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it's not a very good quality movie, but it's a very fun and entertaining movie to watch. It's not like the best movie ever, but it's a very good movie. It's a comedy. What would you give it out of 10?
Well, I'm not a very good rater, but I'd probably give it maybe a 7.
A 7 out of 10.
Wait, 10's the highest, right?
10 is the highest, yeah.
10 is the highest, okay. So, maybe 7 or 8.
I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not an 8 or 9 or a 10, really. Maybe it's an 8, I don't know. It's not a 9 or a 10. It's really good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the performances from I can't think of his name. What's his name, Benji? I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Matthew Broderick.
Yes.
Yeah, his performance is awesome. He's great as Ferris Bueller, and everyone in that movie is really good. And it's just a great movie. I love it. Is that kind of how we're going to do the reviews? I mean, that's not very informative, and we don't talk about it for very long.
Yeah, then these are going to go by really quickly.
I liked it.
The reason why I think we're not as good as saying how we felt about it is because, we've seen it lots of times before this, maybe. Such as the next movie on the list. It was the first time me and you ever saw it.
Yeah, we have thought about Ferris Bueller's Day Off for quite a while, because we saw it 2 years ago for the first time. But the next movie on our list, The Shawshank Redemption, it's the first time that we saw it, and it was really good. I mean, 9 to 10 out of 10 good is how I felt about it. It's good. That's why I understand why it was on the Internet Movie Database Top 250 number 1 spot, because that movie is really good. I don't think it should be number 1. I think that it's a very good movie for almost everyone who watches it.
And I'm really into prison escape films and games and stuff, and so I really liked it because I love movies like that.
Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins do excellent jobs. Bob Gunton, I think is his name, as the warden, and Clancy Brown as the Captain Hadley, I think was his name, the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his name.
Yeah, it was a great movie with good performances all around, written very well, of course, adapted from the Stephen King novel. Stephen King is a god, not really, but he's pretty good, and I just really liked it. I think that it's just had a lot of very good scenes, such as the scene where he tears down the poster, revealing the hole. That scene was good, and the scene where he finally gets out of the pipe, and that ending, that really got to me.
Yeah, it was I started thinking about what I would do, and I'm like, I couldn't crawl through that pipe. It's so small.
Yeah. Okay, so Shawshank Redemption, 10 out of 10. That's what I'm going to give it. What's your opinion?
10 out of 10.
Okay, yeah. Both 10 out of 10. I think that we agree with each other here. 10 out of 10. Great movie.
Yes.
Definitely recommend you watch it. The only downside, actually, was it's a bit intense in some scenes. It's just a bit, maybe too intense for the casual viewer, but I think it's really good. What are your opinions on that?
I agree with you.
Okay. And now, number 3, we're going back a lot more. Instead of 1994, we're going back to 1962, I believe, is The Man Who Shot Liberty Val, starring John Wayne and James Stewart. That movie, pretty good. The only reason we watched it is because it was actually the only John Wayne movie that was on the Internet Movie Database Top 250 whenever we were looking at it. It looked interesting, so we watched it. What were your opinions on it, Benji?
I liked it. I thought I really like westerns. I like a lot of movies. Yeah, but I liked it. a lot.
Yeah, I love Westerns. I don't watch that many Westerns, but we were younger. We watched The Lone Ranger, and that was awesome. I love Westerns. I love John Wayne, even though he's not always in the best movies. The Man Who Shot Liberty Val is a very good movie, and I'd recommend that you watch it. The only downside that I can think of is that it's in black and white and it's pretty old. That's not necessarily a downside to some people, but to some others it is, because some people don't want to watch a black and white movie. And it also, how long was it? I think it was like around 96 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So that was, it's a little bit short, but I don't think that's necessarily a downside, just a bit of a thing that I feel like, maybe it could have been a bit longer, but I'm glad it wasn't too long, because sometimes the movie will just keep on going on and on and on. Like Return of the King, in my opinion. The extended edition had like 4 endings.
Yeah.
Which, it got a bit repetitive. And so, another short movie is next on our list, and that is a... Do you hear that?
Do I hear what?
I just hit something underneath my desk, and it made a ticking sound. And so
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, I heard that.
Is there a bomb underneath my desk? Nope. That was a Newton's cradle that I have underneath my desk for some reason. And it almost gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, Ethan, I was like, Ethan, you may want to check on your desk. I think you may explode.
Yeah, okay. The next movie we watched was 12 Angry Men. Another really good movie, like Shawshank. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. It was just amazing. Your thoughts, Benji?
I loved how it all took place in that one room. And I liked... It seemed like they went through so much, even though the amount of time that they probably spent in that room, like, in the movie, was probably, like, only, like, 2 hours, but it seems like it was, like, a day or something because of how much they go over. And I really like, mysterious, like, books and movies and things like that.
The performances by everyone in that movie is phenomenal. Henry Fonda is great. He's awesome in that. So is everyone else, but really Henry Fonda is the main sort of character, and it's just really good, and I'd recommend you watch it. It could be a bit slow for some people. I didn't find it slow at all, but that's because I'm a bit of I like more slow-paced movies than fast-paced movies sometimes. So yeah, I think it was only like 96 minutes or something, and...
Yeah, I think it was like an hour and 30 minutes.
It was really, really good, though. Performances by everyone in that is great. The thing is that all they had was the script and the performances, really, in that movie. They didn't have... I mean, and the story, I guess. The story was pretty good, but they didn't have to rely on special effects or... you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, they didn't have to rely on, like, special effects or action or something to make to make it feel intense. They just were able to rely on, like... compelling storytelling and everything else, which is really good. I liked that a lot in a movie, and I feel like definitely deserves to be. I think it's number 7 on the top 250 now.
Did it go up or did it go down?
It was number 5, but I think it changed. I don't know. You maybe notice that I'm quoting a lot of top 250 numbers, and so that might be. If any of you don't know what the Internet Movie Database top 250 is, Internet Movie Database is a bunch of movies, and people vote on those movies, and then there's a top 250 movies list. And lots of the movies that we watched were on that. Actually, I think only one wasn't.
Was that Ferris Bueller's
Yeah, the
Day
first
Off?
one we watched was the only one that wasn't, I don't think, right?
Wait, are there Terminator
they're
movies on it?
Bit of foreshadowing of what's
then,
up next.
Yes.
Okay, so, number 5, The Princess Bride. That movie's great. Oh, did you give 12 Angry Men a score out of 10?
Oh, no, we didn't.
I did. In the beginning, I said it was 10 out of 10. What did you say?
I mean, maybe 9.5, maybe 10. It's really good.
Yeah. I'm not good at giving out of 10 scores because I tend to only do, like, 10 out of 10. Or, I tend to go to the extremes. I don't tend to...
10 out of 10 or 1 out of 10?
Not that extreme, normally, but I'd like more a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but I feel like that's also a bit bad because I'm very inclined to give a movie a thumbs up if it's not horrible.
I think an earthquake honestly just happened.
Really? I didn't feel anything.
My desk shaked. It was like...
Okay, back onto The Princess Bride, a movie that I'm going to give 10 out of 10 again. And you might think I'm being a bit too sparing with 10 out of 10s, but most of the movies in this list are very good. Wait, did we ever give The Man Who Shot Liberty Val a score out of 10?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I don't remember if we did or not. We're so unorganized, it's not even funny. Anyways, we like that movie.
Yeah.
We'll give it a thumbs up. Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Another great movie. Everyone in that movie, their performances are so good. Everything in that movie is great. It's a really good movie, and the thing I like about it is that unlike some of the other good movies on our list, they wouldn't appeal to children. This movie is great for children. I mean,
yes.
it basically is a kids movie, but it's great. It's one of the best kids movies I've ever seen. And so The Princess Bride is great. And it's not really a kids movie because it's about a book that's being read to a kid. It's a movie about a book being read to a kid. So I guess it is sort of for kids, but it's also very appealing to adults as well. And I love it. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Well, can I say something I really liked about it? Something I liked about it, sorry, I didn't let you answer. Something I liked about it is, it's like there are funny parts, and then there are, like, the serious parts. And then there's the sword fights.
I agree. I agree a lot. I agree 100% on there. They have great parts. I mean, it blends comedy and a great story and just a great movie into a great movie. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's great. I love it. There really aren't that many slow parts in it either, which is another good thing, because sometimes in movies there's slow parts, and that's a big downside for a movie if there's a slow part. But in The Princess Bride, I never really felt that there was a slow part. And so 10 out of 10, yeah. What are your thoughts? Give it out of 10. What would you give it?
I guess a 10 out of 10. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it I can think of.
The only thing that I can think of that's wrong with it is that it's a kids' movie. And some people might not take it seriously for that. But I don't think that's necessarily a downside. Especially in my perspective, that's not a downside. It's just some people might look at that as a downside because they don't want a kids' movie, they want a grown-up movie. But as the fourth Doctor said, what's the point of being grown-up if you can't be childish sometimes? And it's not like this movie is childish, it's just, I don't know. It's great. I love it. We all love it. It's great. On to number 6, The Terminator. We went from child-friendly to not child-friendly. Really quick. Not like The Terminator is extremely
that bad.
Not child-friendly, but...
You know, he does stick his fist to the guy's chest.
And pull out his... Oh, yeah, I forgot about that scene. Yeah, it's not child-friendly. We'll put it that way. Terminator's great.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's one of those action movies that is really good. Arnold is great. Michael Biehn is great. I really wish that Michael Biehn would have had maybe a bit more of a career, you know? Because Michael Biehn wasn't in that many things. I mean, I guess he was in other movies, yeah, but he wasn't as prolific as Arnold, or have as many good movies as Arnold. And so Terminator was great. The scene in the police station, that shootout scene was great.
Where Arnold like shoots other people.
That scene was great. I really, really like that. And the final scene in the factory, that scene was also really great. I suspect that you agree with me on what scenes were great. I mean, those were the two really standout scenes, in my opinion. Did you like any other really good scenes?
Yep.
What?
I agree with you.
That you like those scenes? Another scene or not a scene, but like the whole beginning is great. I really like that as well. And you get to know the two characters that are there. You get to know Michael Biehn really good, and you also get to know Arnold very good, and you get to know their characters. And they don't actually talk very much. Does Arnold talk at all? Yeah, he says some stuff, but you know what I mean.
He says, "Good night for a walk." And, like, he copies what they say, and then, like, he beats the people up.
He copies what they say, and then he kills them.
Yeah.
And so, the seventh and last movie that we're going to be talking about was Terminator 2, Judgment Day, the sequel to Terminator, and as many people put it, the last good Terminator movie. Judgment Day was great. I might say it's better than the Terminator. What are your thoughts on Terminator 2, Judgment Day being better than the Terminator?
Well, I liked the Terminator better than Terminator 2. But, I mean, Terminator 2 was great.
Yeah, there's no denying that they're both really good. Both really good action films. And that's the downside. I mean, if you don't like action films, then these films are probably not the ones for you. But most people do like action films, so they're good. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, has some very good action scenes, and it also is really good. In the whole beginning, which unfortunately, me browsing the internet a lot, I already knew what was going to happen.
But I don't browse the internet a lot, and so I was not expecting the twist.
Benji was not expecting for, should we say spoiler alert? I don't know. I mean, we're going to be reviewing these movies, so there's going to be some spoilers. But Arnold's a good guy in Terminator 2.
And I was not expecting it. Ethan even had to tell me, like, whenever... I didn't quite get it, but, like, then whenever the person started so there's that scene where, like, the guy's shooting at Arnold, and then the person gets in the way, and he keeps on shooting. And I'm like, but that's weird. And then Ethan says to me, Arnold's the good guy. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, Arnold is a good guy, which I like. It was a really good twist, even though if it didn't make the most amount of sense. I mean, that they were able to reprogram a Terminator and stuff. I guess that's a bit of a plot hole. But,
Plus Arnold got crushed, if you remember.
No, they used a different Terminator. And all Terminators look like Arnold. I think that might... I don't know if that's explained in the later movies, but in my opinion, a movie should be able to explain itself. It shouldn't need sequels.
Yeah.
So Terminator 2 Judgment Day, great movie. That ending where he's lowered into the, I'm going to call it lava, even though it's not, and he gives a thumbs up, that was very emotional. Even though it was an action movie, I still felt that scene was very emotional. So, yeah. Overall, this week was great movies all around. It probably will not be like that for the entirety of this. We're probably going to watch all three of the Spy Kids movies and some Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which is only 4. We're going to find 3 other bad kids movies that we're going to watch.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it's 5 because there's 4 Spy Kids movies. I can't even think about the 4th one. That movie's so bad. And so we're gonna probably do a week of bad movies, and they're not all gonna be this good, but we wanted to start off with some very good movies. So this has been CCCLXVI, which stands for 366. 366 is for the amount of movies that we're gonna be watching this year, because it's a leap year. So this has been CCCLXVI, which is just Roman numerals, in case you didn't pick up on that. And so, I hope it's good. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Until next time.
Goodbye.